I never really start these videos with a script or with notes or with anything. I just kind of wing it. I have a general idea of what I want to do. Today you're looking at a Cartesian coordinate system where the x-axis is exaggerated relative to the y by a scale of 4 to 1. Now, I've been thinking about this long and hard. I have to deal with you, my audience, from some assumed knowledge base. I can't bring everybody up from ground zero. So I'm going to assume you know what a Cartesian coordinate system is, and an x and a y axis, and what an exponent is in an equation. I can't start from zero every single time. These videos would be 10 years long. So we're going to graph two different types of equations and get two different types of results, and you'll see why we have this difference in the x and y scales. The first one is going to give us something pretty dorky. The first equation is x plus 1 equals y. So let's just plot that out. This darker line is 1, 1, not 0, 0. So if x is 1, y is x plus 1, y is 2. That's pretty simple. If x is 2, y is 2 plus 1, that's 3. If x is 3, y is 4, and so on and so forth. You can see where this graph is heading. In fact, it's so linear, I'm going to use a ruler to continue to plot it out to where it's ultimately going, which is a straight line. Now this is a nice line. It's upwardly progressive. If these were years and the vertical axis was your income and your income was increasing this much every year, you'd be happier than hell. Boy, you'd be rolling in dough. This is a good line. Now, we're going to look at another equation that has an exponent in it. And this equation is 2 to the x equals y. Again, we'll start plugging in numbers. If x is 1, 2 to the first power equals 2. So x is 1, y is 2. It's the exact same point the other one starts from. If x is 2, y is 4. Because 2 to the second power is 4. So x is 2, y is 4. If x is 3, y is 2 to the third power, which is 8. Everybody get that? 2 to the third is 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. If x is 4, y is 16. If x is 5, y is 32. And now you see why I had to exaggerate the x scale, so we can actually see this. This is I'm going to plot this out by hand, this is an upwardly accelerating curve. It's actually half of a parabola. Okay? An upwardly accelerating curve. Now remember, if this was the line of our income growing year to year, we'd be happy as a clam. We would be delighted with that. This is an upwardly accelerating curve that just goes off the charts very, very quickly. Now, here's the lesson. Remember, everything in the physical world is sort of an analogy for something in the spiritual world. Oops, you're not going to be able to read that. You should be able to see this when this gets blown up on a big screen. I'm working now in a tiny little window. I'm going to read it. It's a quote from the Urantia book, something I've been studying for 38 years now. Who studies books for 38 years? It must be a hell of a book, and it is. I'm going to read this. The hunger for righteousness leads to the discovery of truth, and truth augments ideals, and this creates new problems for the individual, for our ideals tend to grow by geometrical progression, while our ability to live up to them is enhanced only by arithmetical progression. Okay? Our ideals grow by geometric progression, but our ability to implement them in our lives grows by arithmetic progression. Now remember, we said this was a great line. If this was our income, we'd love this line. There's nothing wrong with this line. The problem is we find ourselves on this line, say here. And here we are, but our ideals are up here, and all we're aware of is the shortfall between our ideals and our ability to live up to them. And the farther we go along, the shortfall seems to get greater and greater till we beat ourselves up and we get all depressed rather than realize, hey, the line I'm on, the path I'm following is indeed progressive and good. So never mind the vast gulf between ideals and our ability to implement them in our lives. Remember, the slope of this is good. If this were your income, you'd be delighted. Okay. Gave you a lot to think about today. That's going to do it. Okay? God bless you. I love you all, people. Take good care.